Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope that you are feeling better. You are fine. So, today we are studying the balance of the portion, mineral and power resources. You know about what are minerals. But these minerals are used for many purposes, and these minerals can be taken by three processes you learned earlier: digging, then mining, and pouring are the three processes. This mining are of two types you learned earlier, that is shaft mining and open cast mining. You learned it earlier. I am not going to discuss all these things. Today we are studying about the uses of minerals. What are the uses of minerals? Sometimes your parents may use ornaments. These ornaments are made of these kinds of minerals. Different minerals: gold, silver, then copper. All these kinds of things may use for as jewelry. Other than this, you know that diamond necklace and other things, you know that these are all minerals. These are all parts of minerals. These minerals are very valuable and minerals are very precious. We can use these minerals as jewelry. Sometimes your parents may have jewelry collections. So I am not going to discuss deep about the jewelry. You are familiar about the jewelry very much. So one of the uses of this mineral is making of jewelry. Uses of jewelry. Next one is this copper. Copper we are used in different purposes. Especially these copper wires are there. In electric, for producing electricity, this is a good conductor of electricity. Good conductor of electricity. So we are using this copper wires. For this copper is used for this wiring and other purposes. For to make a pipe and other things, we are using this copper. Next is silicon. Silicon in computer industries, they mainly use this silicon. Quartz, especially quartz. Silicon they use in the computer industries. Computer industries, they use this silicon. Silicon is also a mineral. These are also valuable for this computer industry. So these are the uses of silicon. Next, you know that aluminium. Aluminium is also a mineral. This aluminium is also used for automobiles, aeroplanes, then bottling industry, building. For the building and other materials, we use aluminium. Then kitchen cookware, all this kitchen cabinet, we use this aluminium. Even the windows, sliding windows, we use this aluminium. We use this aluminium for many purposes. You know that making of these aluminium can be used in automobiles. Automobile industry, we use this aluminium. Then aeroplanes, parts of aeroplanes that will be used with this aluminium. This aluminium is a part of the minerals. Minerals are used in many purposes for jewelry. For copper, this copper is also a mineral that is also being used. The first metal invented by human being, which is the first metal invented by human being? Copper. Copper was the first metal used by human beings. So copper that also used we are using. Then silicon. Silicon in the computer industry we use the silicon. Next aluminium. Aluminium are also used in automobile industry, for parts of aeroplanes, bottling industry, building, for the construction of the buildings. This aluminium is especially the sliding windows. Then parts of different equipments used with the help of this aluminium. Then kitchen cookware. These aluminium vessels are there. Aluminium vessels also will be used for our kitchen uses. Then kitchen cabinet. So all these purposes we use this aluminium. So uses of minerals are, we cannot explain about the use of minerals because it is valuable and precious. So minerals are very precious and valuable. The uses we cannot explain because we can say that these minerals are very much useful. Next we want to study about the power resources. Next we are studying about the power resources. Minerals we completed now. First we discussed about what are minerals, then how we are extracting the minerals. Then later on we discussed the uses of minerals. Next we are discussing about the next topic, that is power resources. Minerals and power resources, that is the our chapter name. First minerals already we discussed everything. Next we are discussing about the power resources. You know very well that conventional and non-conventional resources are there. Conventional and non-conventional minerals are there. Conventional and non-conventional power resources we can divide into conventional sources and non-conventional sources. Power resources we can divide into conventional and non-conventional sources. First of all, try to understand about conventional. Conventional here means in the initial time time onwards, we use these resources. What are resources? Anything that satisfies human need is called resources. Whatever may be, this stock is also resources. Whatever may be the resources. If everything useful for human being, then we can call it as resources. Whatever may be, the conventional resources, power resources, we can consider as conventional resources. From the early time onwards, we use different kinds of resources, power resources. For example, firewood. Firewood in ancient time onwards, they used firewood. Now also in village or rural areas, especially women, they carry heavy loads of firewood on their head, and they are reaching their home. Maybe they have to pass the 3-4 kilometers to reach their home in the village or rural areas. So firewood is considered as a conventional source of energy. From the ancient time onwards, we use this firewood. Next, you know that coal and petroleum are considered as fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels? These are the fuels that we extract from the interior, or we can say that from the crust. From the crust, we are taking all these things, and that is called fossil fuels. These fossil fuels, maybe thousands of years, these fossils transformed into petroleum and coal and petroleum. So thousands of years may take. So once it is finished, we cannot regain it. So the uses of this petroleum as well as coal is, we have to limit the use. Otherwise, it will once it extinct or finish. Once it finish, we cannot regain it. So that is very important. These are coal and petroleum also conventional source of energy. Conventional source of energy. First one firewood. Second one coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum. Petroleum has been called as black gold. Petroleum has been called as black gold. Which mineral has been called as black gold? Petroleum. Petroleum has been called as black gold. It is very much valuable and worth. Many countries, they become very rich, and that country become in a developed stage due to the extraction of this fossil fuel petroleum. For example, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the leading producer of petroleum in the world. Saudi Arabia is considered as the leading producer of petroleum in the world. This petroleum is a fossil fuel. So we have to conserve this fossil fuel. Once it finished, we cannot regain it, because thousands of years needed to regain these resources. Thousands of years without this fuel, how can we live? So nowadays, automobile industries, these are new automobiles that is made not from the use of petroleum, but they are using electric vehicles. Nowadays, new vehicles that will be used as electric vehicles. And they are not manufacturing petroleum vehicles nowadays, but instead of petroleum vehicles, they started electric vehicles. So that we can conserve this fossil fuel. I hope that you understood it. Next, we want to study about the conventional resources like natural gas. Natural gas is also considered as conventional resources. Natural gas is also considered as conventional resources. We can use this natural gas also. These petroleum and natural gas, these are all conventional resources. Conventional. You know that in your house that you use LPG. What is the full form of LPG? That is also a product of petroleum, liquefied petroleum gas. You may use Vaseline when you are dry seasons. You may use Vaseline. Vaseline. This Vaseline are also a petroleum product. Petroleum jelly. That is petroleum jelly. Then this liquefied petroleum gas also the product that is also natural gas. So these are also products of petroleum. So these are all considered as conventional sources of energy. Then tidal power. Tidal power is otherwise called hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity, water is the main source of producing this electricity. How hydel electricity is produced? With this dams will be constructed due to the flow of that dam water, that turbine will be rotated. With this rotation of this turbine, that generator will work. That generator produce electricity. Then it transforms as electricity. This type of electricity producing with the help of this water, that we can call it as hydel electricity, or we can say that hydro electricity, then we can call it as hydroelectricity. But in Andhra Pradesh and some other states, they are not using hydroelectricity because their river is very less. You know that Kerala, we have more than 44 rivers, so we are blessed with these rivers, so that we are using hydroelectricity because we have enough quantities of rainfall. Rainfall, you know that getting to two processes. One is rain-fed rivers, another one is snow-fed rivers. North India, that are rivers that originate from the Himalayas, that is snow-fed rivers. River-fed, rain-fed rivers are the rivers that originate with the help of this rain. Rain helps them to form this river. Most of the rivers, almost all rivers that originate in India, more than 44 rivers are there in India. These 44 rivers that originate due to the help of this rain. That is why we call this as a rain-fed. That is called the rain-fed. You know about what is rain-fed, what is snow-fed. Snow-fed rivers that originate from the glaciers. You know that Gangotri glacier, Yamunotri glacier. Ganga, origin of Ganga river, that is Gangotri. That is a glacier, huge sheet of ice. That from that melt and forms these rivers, Ganga river, Yamuna river. So that in Yamunotri and Gangotri glaciers, these rivers are originated. You know, rain-fed is mainly focusing on the rain. The help of rain, these rivers are originated. These rivers helps with the help of these dams produce electricity, that is hydroelectricity or hydroelectricity, that is a conventional source of energy. These are all examples of conventional source of energy. Once again, I want to describe these. First of all, we learned today that is uses of minerals. Minerals are used for many purposes. Making of jewelries, we use these minerals. Then copper wires that we use. This is also a mineral. Then silicon that is used in the computer industry, especially codes that we are using this silicon for. This is also the use of minerals. Next, aluminium. Aluminium has many purposes. It can be used in the automobile industries, aeroplanes for the parts of aeroplane we use aluminium. Then boating industry we use this aluminium. Then building for many construction of buildings like sliding windows, then doors, etc. we use this aluminium. Next, kitchen cookware also, kitchen vessels also we use these aluminium. So this is aluminium, silicon, copper, jewelry. All these are parts of this minerals. Even the pencil contain graphite pencil. You are writing with the pencil. This pencil inside there the graphite is, that is also mineral. So these minerals are all valuable uses. We cannot imagine the world without minerals. Many countries become rich due to minerals only. Even next we discussed about the power resources. That time we discussed about conventional sources of resources. Conventional sources of resources. First one, firewood. We discussed the firewood. Next, coal. Next, coal and petroleum has been considered as the fossil fuel. Coal and petroleum has been called as a fossil. It is necessary to protect and conserve the fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. Many states like Andhra Pradesh, they use this coal for producing electricity. For producing electricity, they use coal. But in our state, Kerala, we use the water, hydroelectricity or hydel electricity. We depend on water for producing electricity. But in Andhra Pradesh, they mainly depend on this coal to make thermal energy. From that coal that produce electricity, that is thermal energy is produced. In ancient time, you know that railway engines that work with the help of thermal energy. Coal is fully coal only used. Coal is also a resource. In ancient time, almost all the vehicles, especially this train, that for the running of the train, they used coal. From that coal, that thermal energy cannot produce, and from that this engine will be working. So that almost all these thermal trains are used in ancient time. Nowadays, you know that different types of trains are there. Modern trains are there. Bullet train is there. Magnetic train is there. Then you know that electric train is there. Normally in India, we are mainly using electric trains, but in many countries they use bullet trains, then magnetic trains. So these types of trains are used in many countries. So you know about the importance of coal. Petroleum, almost all the vehicles that run in India nowadays, that is petroleum. But our country is focusing that electric vehicles. In the next, if they produce electric vehicles, definitely, if they produce vehicles, definitely that will be electric. So that we can reduce the use of petroleum. So that we can reduce the use of petroleum. So for the conservation, three things are very essential. Which are the three things essential for the conservation of resources? reduce, that is called as 3 R's. 3 R's. Which are the 3 R's? R's. First R, reduce. Second, reuse. Next, recycle. Reduce, reuse and recycle are the three processes. Three processes to conserve the resources. In order to conserve the resources, 3 R's are necessary. Which are the 3 R's? Reduce, reuse and recycle are the 3 R's. For conservation of resources, we never forget these 3 R's. First R, reduce. Second, reuse and recycle. These are very essential. Every time remember these 3 R's. Reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So these 3 processes are very essential in order to conserve the resources. These three processes are very essential. Which are the 3 processes? Reduce, reuse and reduce, reuse and recycle are the 3 processes. That is very important nowadays. Next we are discussing about non-conventional sources of energy. What are non-conventional sources of energy? Non-conventional sources of energy that we can call as alternative sources of energy, that is otherwise called alternative sources of energy or non-conventional sources of energy. It can be regained. You know that sunlight. Sunlight we can use as a source of energy. You have heard about solar energy. This solar energy that we can be used for many purposes. For producing electricity, for running the vehicles, for cooking purposes, then solar light, solar lamp, solar electric cookwares, then solar cars. So that we have large quantities of uses with the solar energy. This solar that resource, this sunlight, we can use it in a better way. Definitely this resource become a valuable resource and we can use it and it will not finish. This solar energy we can use for long years and no need of worrying about it will finish or extinct. So it is very necessary to convert this in order to using the conventional source of energy, we can convert it into non-conventional source of energy. If we use the non-conventional source of energy, that is benefited for our humanity. In future, we can use the conventional source of energy. Otherwise, what will happen, sir? In the future children or future people, they won't get this conventional source of energy. Suppose if we continuously use petroleum and other products, petroleum and other products for long years, once it will finish. Once it will finish, future generation they can't use the fossil fuel. So that it is our duty to preserve it for the future generation also, to preserve it for the future. How can we use this for the future generation? The best method is reduce the use or stop the use of this conventional source of energy. Instead of conventional source of energy, we can use a non-conventional source of energy. So if we use the non-conventional source of energy, we can save the conventional source of energy. I hope that you got it. It is non-conventional source of energy. First one is solar energy. Sunlight is very much useful. This with the help of sunlight, we can use this sunlight as solar energy. Solar panels are there. With these solar panels, panels helps to produce electricity for heaters, solar heater, solar cookware, solar panels. So those solar, with the help of the sunlight, we can use many things. That we can work as non-conventional source of energy. Next is wind energy. We know it very well that windmills are there. In Tamil Nadu, windmills are there. Not only Tamil Nadu, in different parts of the world, they are using these windmills. This windmill produce energy. With the rotation of that windmills, if steady wind is there, we can make a windmills. With the help of this rotation of these windmills, it will generate electricity. With the help of these windmills, we can produce electricity. That is very much helpful to us. These are conventional sources, non-conventional sources. These are non-conventional. First one, solar energy. With the help of sunlight, we can produce electricity and other uses. Next, wind energy. Wind is also useful for making electricity. So windmills that helps for the generation of electricity. Next is nuclear power. You know, you studied about nuclear fission and fusion. In chemistry, you studied about nuclear fission and fusion. Here, nuclear fission. With the help of nuclear fission, this thorium and other elements are there. With this nuclear fission, that produce this nuclear power. That is producing nuclear power. Nuclear power will be the generator. Nuclear power will be generated. That is also very much helpful. That is also non-conventional source of energy. Next is geothermal energy. What is the meaning of the word geo? Geo means earth. You know that earth and geothermal energy, thermal energy that produced from the earth, that is called geothermal. From the word itself, meaning is there. Geo means earth, thermal energy that produced from the earth, that we can call it as geothermal energy. So this geothermal energy that will be we can use for cooking and other purposes. Nowadays you are using liquefied petroleum gas. Instead of liquefied petroleum gas, we can use this geothermal energy. From the earth, you know that earth contains three interior of the earth we studied. First top layer crust, next mantle, inside core is there. The core is always molding, always there will be a place, there will be a movement is there, that is always burning inside of this, inside always burning, and there will be a lot of changes that happen inside of the earth. That is, there are two moments. A sudden moment is there. These sudden moments that may result in earthquakes and other processes that happened in our earth due to the sudden moment. Other than this, there are many types of moments that happened in our earth. There are many moments that happened in our earth, and this it will be boiling. That is, you know that magma, due to the changes in the magma, there produce thermal energy. That produce thermal energy. These energy we can use. We can use this energy with the rotation of these turbines. With this thermal energy that emit from the earth, that we can use it and it rotate this turbine and produce the energy. That produce energy. That we can call it as geothermal energy. In India also, in certain places in India also, thermal energy is used. Which country is using more thermal energy? America. United States of America. America is using more thermal energy. But in India also, certain places this geothermal energy is used. But in America, they use this thermal energy. Which is thermal energy? Geothermal energy. Never forget it. Geothermal. Which country is the leading user of this geothermal energy? United States of America. Next, I am going to discuss about another non-conventional source of energy, that is nothing but tidal energy. You have heard about tides. You have heard about deep tides, long tides, spring. So you know the spring tides, etc. You heard about tides. What are tides? Tides are forms in the seas or oceans. These tides we can utilize. We can use it to produce electricity. Big dams will be constructed, like dams or these will be constructed. Inside it will be connected with the turbine. When this ebb and flow, or we can say that the tides from reverse tides and directly entering tides, these two tides can be helps for rotating the turbine. Once it rotates the turbine, it can produce electricity. It can produce the energy. It can also use it. That energy we can call it as tidal energy. What is that? Tidal energy. Tides can be used to make it as energy. That energy we can call it as tidal energy. Next, that is you know it very well. That is the last topic of this non-conventional energy. That is biogas. What is biogas? Biogas is otherwise called gobar gas. Biogas, that with the help of cow dung and other natural substances we can make it as for our use, that it produce this energy, that we can call it as biogas. Biogas also biogas compost is there. Biogas also, with that biogas compost we can use energy, that is called this biogas. That is in ancient time onwards people use this biogas. The organic waste can be used. The organic waste like cow dung, even kitchen waste also we can use. Especially the vegetable and other things, vegetable waste, kitchen waste we can say, kitchen waste, or garbage we can say, garbage or kitchen waste, even the cow dung, these all these things, this animal material that we can use for producing this biogas. Biogas, actually these gases is in these two stages. It's a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. It is the mixture of methane. When it emit the mixture of carbon dioxide and methane, with this methane and carbon dioxide that we can use it. This can be making in the cooking and lighting and produce huge amount of organic manure each year. Moreover, this biogas helps to make organic manure. What is organic manure and chemical fertilizers? Chemical fertilizers, that is very much harmful to our soil because it kills many microorganisms that exist in the top layer of the soil. But this organic matter is very much useful. Once we use this biogas, definitely it helps to produce more organic materials or organic manure. This organic manure can be used in our fields. So organic manure is very useful for our for the growth of the plants. Moreover, it is not harmful to our health. You know that nowadays we are facing the most important problem, that is related to these kinds of the excessive use of these chemicals and other things that enter in our body. Even these kinds of fertilizers and other things, if we use in the paddy fields or any other fields, due to rain, it will wash away and it will reach the especially it will reach the rivers. Once it reaches the rivers, the fish and other things, it may eat these. It may use these kinds of things. Even these kinds of chemicals that will enter the body of the fish. When these will enter the body of the fish, what will happen? We will also use this fish also. That will be very much harmful to our health. That is called biomagnification. Sometimes you may study in science about what is biomagnification. These kinds of things that will be very much harmful to us also. We may think that nothing will happen, sir. If fish will eat, what will happen? When we use this fish also, it will enter our body. That is called biomagnification. Sometimes in science you may learn about all these things, sir. So biogas is very much helpful in two ways. First thing is that it is a non-conventional source of energy. It can be used in each and every home, and it is very much helpful to us. We can save the conventional source of energy, and moreover we produce more manure in it. More manure. This manure is useful for our plants, and it is very much helpful to our health also. So that this is very much useful. Energy is everywhere. But we can see that harnessing this energy is both difficult as well as costly. Harnessing this energy is both difficult as well as costly. Each of one of us, we should make sure that we have to protect, we have to conserve, and we have to use it in a wise and good manner so that we can conserve these resources. So today we discuss about the different uses of minerals. Minerals are of many uses. First one, it can be used for jewelry, making of jewelry, copper, and this copper has many uses, and it is also the use of mineral. Then silicon is used in the computer industry, especially making of boards. Then aluminium can be useful in many ways, like automobiles, aeroplanes, boating industry, then buildings, kitchen cookware, etc. These aluminium can be used. Then power resources we can divide into two, which are the conventional and a non-conventional source of energy. Conventional source, can you say firewood, coal, petroleum. Petroleum has been called a black wood. Why? You know it very well. Next, other conventional sources of energy are natural gas, hydel power. These are all conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional sources of energy are solar energy. You know that it can be regained and we can use it because the sunlight is always available. Sunlight we can use it in the solar panel and it will produce energy that we can call it as solar energy. Next, wind energy. Wind also can be through wind mills to produce electricity. That wind energy can be used. Next, nuclear power. Due to nuclear fission, we can make nuclear reactors. Nuclear reactors produce this nuclear power. Next, geothermal energy. I explained in a better way that what is geothermal energy. Which country is leading user of geothermal? That is America. Also I explained. Next, tidal energy. Next, we are discussing about the biogas. These are all non-conventional source of energy. Next, the importance of conserving the resources. These resources should be used in a better and proper way. Otherwise, once it finished, we cannot regain. Especially the conventional source of energy. Once it finished, it may take thousands of years to regain. So that much years, how we will live. So that we will look on it. So reduce. First one, we have to reduce the use of this, especially the conventional source of energy. Then reuse it. Then recycle it. These are the three processes. That is called 3 R's. 3 R's. 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. These are the three processes we can conserve the resources. All these, do you know the first tidal energy station was built in France? Where this first tidal energy station was built? Tidal energy station was first built in France. Sometimes one mark I question may ask that was in France. Never forget it. France tidal energy first France introduced. You know that the site of the world's first the site of the first solar and wind powered bus shelter is in Scotland. Where? In Scotland. So that you never forget about Scotland was the first solar and wind powered bus that was in Scotland. That you never forget. Next thing is that Norway was the first country in the world to develop hydroelectricity. Which country was first developed hydroelectricity? Norway was the first country to develop hydroelectricity. Produce electricity with the help of water, that is called hydroelectricity or hydroelectricity. That is which country? Norway. Another is that which is the happiest country in the world. If you try to understand which is the happiest country in the world, that is Norway. So it is also a tourist country. So Norway was the first country in the world to develop hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity is that produced from water. With the help of water, this electricity is produced. Do you know the compressed natural gas? We will say CNG or compressed natural gas. Compressed natural gas is a popular eco-friendly automobile fuel. Which is the eco-friendly automobile fuel? Compressed natural gas, CNG. Compressed natural gas. Automobile fuel as it causes less pollution. This CNG that produces less pollution. You know that nowadays we are facing population is increasing rapidly, so that the pollution is we can't explain about the pollution because there are a lot of reasons that leads to pollution. One of the reasons is the leading increase of the population or rapid increase of population, or we can say that population explosion. So that causes less pollution. This CNG produces less pollution than the petroleum and diesel. Suppose if we use petroleum and diesel cars that emit pollution, but if you use the CNG or compressed natural gas, definitely the pollution is less. I can't say that there is no pollution. The pollution is there, but it is compared to petroleum and diesel, it is to produce only less amount of pollution. So that pollution is very less. So that instead of petroleum and diesel vehicles, we can use a compressed natural gas. I hope that you understood about compressed natural gas. Next, word origin. Next, we want to study about the word origin. The word petroleum is derived from the Latin word petra. Petra. What is the meaning of the word Petra? It's a Latin word Petra. The meaning of this word is rock. Oleum. Rock. Petra means rock. Oleum means meaning oil. It means that from the rock that originates the oil. Petra means rock. Oleum means oil. It means that rock oil, or we can say that from the rock that this oil is produced. From the rock this oil is produced. That is called petroleum. Petra, that is a Latin word meaning rock. Oleum meaning oil. So this oil is produced from this rock. That is petroleum. So petroleum means rock oil, or otherwise in short we can say that petroleum means rock oil. I hope that you understand about rock oil. Yes. Do you know a green diamond is the rarest diamond? Which is the rarest diamond? Do you know which is the rarest diamond? Green diamond is the rarest diamond. Which is the rare diamond? The green diamond is considered as the rarest. Which is the most valuable valuable mineral? Platinum. You know that platinum is the most valuable mineral. The oldest of rocks in the world are in the Western Australia. They date from 4,300 million years ago. Only 300 million years after the Earth was formed. Earth was formed. You know, Switzerland has no non-mineral deposit in it. Switzerland has no non-deposit in it. So, do you know, you can always tell if a rock contains copper because the rock looks blue in color. The rocks look blue in color, it means that contains copper. That contains copper. If that rock contains copper, it looks like a blue in color. It looks like a blue in color. That I hope that you understand about it. If the rock look like a blue in color, it means that the content of the copper, if the content of copper is there, the content of copper is there. So I hope that you understand it very well. These are all about these minerals. So once again I will revise so that you will learn it later. Use of minerals. Minerals can be used for making jewelry. Then different types of minerals like copper. So in another purpose we use copper. Then silicon. Silicon that is used for computer, especially for computer uses. Then aluminium. Aluminium has many uses. That is automobile industry, aeroplanes, boating industry, building, kitchen, cookware, etc. That is we will use this aluminium. Then power resources that can be divided into two: conventional source of energy and non-conventional source of energy. The traditional time always we use this energy that is conventional sources like firewood, coal, petroleum. Petroleum has been called as black gold. Then natural gas, tidal power. Then non-conventional source of energy. Non-conventional source of energy are solar energy, wind energy, nuclear power, geothermal energy, tidal and biogas. These are, it is very essential to use these non-conventional sources of energy so that we can save these conventional sources of energy. Then the importance of conserving resources. Reduce, reuse, recycle are three methods to conserve these resources. So that I hope that you understood this much. So these are the topic we discussed: use of minerals and power resources. I hope that you got it very well. So today we learned about minerals. What are minerals? Minerals are the substances that have a chemical composition, and we can having a chemical composition that we can call it as minerals. Then minerals are of two types: metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are ferrous and non-ferrous. Ferrous means Fe, that is iron contain iron. If it is not contain iron, that is non-ferrous. And how we extract these minerals? Minerals are extracted by a process of three processes: mining, drilling, and coring. Mining, drilling, and coring are the three processes of extracting. Extract means take out these minerals by three processes: mining, drilling, and coring. Mining we can divide them into open cast mining and shaft mining. Open cast mining here means that on the outer surface of the earth we simply take or dig out these resources, that is called open cast mining. Shaft mining means with the help of this shaft of these machines drilling and going deep into the earth and collecting these resources, that is called shaft mining. Then we discussed about the uses of minerals. Then afterwards we discussed about the conservation of resources. How can we conserve the resources? The three R's are there: reduce, reuse and recycle are the three methods to conserve the resources. That is called 3 R's. Next, so these we can divide into two. Conventional source energy. These source of energy we can divide into two. Conventional source of energy and non-conventional source of energy. I hope that you understood this lesson very much. That is minerals. What are minerals? Which are the important use of minerals and power resources like conventional and non-conventional source of energy. I hope that you learned it and you understood it very much. If you have any doubt regarding, you can contact my phone number so that I will once again I will explain the